Please welcome Sheriff Larry Ashley.
I'll ask you first and foremost to forgive me. I'm not worthy to speak to you today. And I'll ask you to forgive me even more because I had a tooth pulled in emergency surgery yesterday, so if I happen to slur or speak an ill word, please forgive. But we're gathered here to remember those who serve their community and sacrifice their lives for the love of their families, neighbors, and others. I remember my friends, Tony and Bert and Skip, and I remember Bill, so new a wound to me. But to all of us, to all our communities, to all our family members who have sacrificed. They sacrificed their will, their desires and hopes, and if necessary, even their lives. But why? Scripture says that greater love hath no man than this, that he may lay down his life for his friends. And we gather today to recognize and honor those who have sacrificed their lives for service, for love of law and order, and for their communities. We memorialize these sacrifices knowing that we don't live into ourselves alone and we don't die into ourselves alone. We're all established in our struggles, and there can be no victory without an opponent, no testimony without a test. Let these sacrifices be our testimony now. Let us remember the sacrifices that our families have paid and the hurt that continues to grow there now. Be there for them as their family. Truth and justice are what we seek. But Scripture tells us that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of darkness in this world. That's why we're here, to remember the selfless sacrifices of these and their families and of others in this eternal battle of evil versus good. Remember the burden they committed themselves wholly to. And in our remembering, it should not lessen the loss, but rather inflame it internally within us. Remember, it is you, who choose to fight against the dark. And if you ever begin to doubt your resolve in this fight, ask yourself this: who would you send in your stead? Who would go for us to battle? The men and women of law enforcement said, "Here am I, send me." We would have our sons placed in our stead to do battle against raging fire that would consume the fearful child hiding in the closet as the world burns around them. Will we send our daughters to restart the quiet heart of the elderly who are bended by age and mend the broken bodies of children torn and abused? We send our grandchildren to face down the deranged, the addicted, the rapists, the robbers, and killers among us? Who would or should we substitute for us on this thin blue line? That blue line that separates law and order versus chaos and anarchy? Who, I say? Who else is better suited to rub elbows with evil every day, yet continue to walk in the righteousness of law? We're not a melting pot. We don't all share the same values and same beliefs and same religion and same language even. But what is it that unites us? It's the law that we all freely and voluntarily agree to, and some bad things that we should prohibit those, and we ask law enforcement to go out and represent us in that regard. That's who we honor today. And they would say none are better trained than you, none are better equipped than you, none are more experienced than you, and there are none better acquainted with the depth and depravity of man more so than you. But God has empowered and granted us authority to be ministers of good who do not carry the sword in vain. The secret of life is a sure knowledge of death, because without death man would not strive to bear his mark upon the earth. Let me tell you why I believe we should remember these men and women who gave up their lives in defense of our laws, our values, and our communities. It's because they represented us on this thin blue line. They served on this line. They stood between us and evil on this line. They provided us with peace on our side of this line, and they were the best of us. It's because when they were attacked, it was an attack on all of us who they represent and serve. It was an attack on their families and the good people of this community and this state. Today we memorialize these sacrifices for those standing on that line for us. Let those taken from us while we're standing firm on line be our testament now. Let these lives sacrificed be the light in the darkness that causes us to remember our calling, our oath, our authority, and our choices. Be not deceived. Hate does not exist and can only be defined and measured as the absence of love. The cold does not exist. It can only be defined and measured as the absence of heat. And the darkness does not exist. It can only be defined and measured as the absence of light. Let us never doubt in the dark what God has shown us to be true in his light. And as we remember these courageous souls, let their light embolden you to hold the line. Let our families, children, and fellow citizens empower you to hold the line. Do not go gentle into thy good night, but rage against the dying of the light. Hold the line, hold the line, hold this line. And if even none go with us, let our light shine eternal against the dark forever. Let our banner be, here am I, send me.
And only you can know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the rain. So go rest high on that mountain, 'cause some work on earth is done. Go to heaven, shout for the Father and the Son. Oh, how we cried the day you left us. We gathered round your grave to grieve. Wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Go rest high on that mountain, 'cause on your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, shout for the Father and the Son. Go rest high on that mountain, 'cause on your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, shouting love for the Father and the Son. Oh, go rest high on that mountain. Oh, son, your work on earth is done. Oh, go to